Okay, no dumb questions. I get this one a lot.
Okay.
What is an escrow account, and do I have to have one?
Think of an escrow account like your savings account that is holding your money to pay your property taxes and your homeowner's insurance.
Yep.
Unlike a regular savings account, you can't add money into it. You can't withdraw. It's not like a bank account in that sense, but it's just an account to hold money that is to pay your property taxes and your insurance. In most cases, you don't have to have an escrow account. There are some loan products that require you to have an escrow account. Sometimes on the government loans, like a VA loan for veterans, it's required to have an escrow account. Conventional loans, it's less common for it to be a requirement. But to be honest, most buyers choose to escrow their taxes and insurance into their mortgage payment for a couple of reasons. One, they don't have to think about it. They can just make their mortgage payment each month, and they know that they're paying into that escrow account.
Makes life easier.
Makes their lives easier.
Yep.
It's two less payments that they have to think about. And secondly, it not only works in their best interest for their lender to pay their tax and insurance, but it actually works in the lender's best interest as well. The reason for that is because property taxes and homeowner's insurance, these can become liens against the property if they're not paid. And they would immediately take first lien position over the mortgage, which the mortgage company does not want.
Yep.
From a grand scheme of things, property taxes and homeowners insurance has to be paid first before the mortgage. But your lender, they want to get their payment first. So worst case scenario, let's say you didn't have money in your escrow account to pay your tax and your insurance. Your lender would pay it on your behalf. They would just go ahead and pay it, and then they'd reach out to you to reimburse the escrow account.
I've heard it also described as a cushion. Would you say escrow account could be or should be described as a cushion? And what does that mean exactly?
So often when I'm doing closings, for example, there will be what's called like an initial deposit into the escrow account. I want to say it's like towards the bottom of the closing disclosure. But what that is the lender will collect a couple of months of cushion to deposit into that escrow account.
To get it started.
Just to get it started, exactly. And most of the time, your taxes and your insurance, those are going to fluctuate each year. Most of the time, it's going to increase. Which is a good and bad thing. You know, you want your property value to be assessed higher, but the con to that, of course, is that your property taxes increase.
One of our lenders told me a question that he gets, no dumb questions, but he gets asked early on in the loan application process. Can a buyer use unverified income? And he said he called it mattress money.
Yep.
So that means what? Like a bag of money, a bag of cash sitting in a closet?
Yeah,
somewhere?
essentially you just answered your own question. That's essentially what mattress money is. So to answer your question, it's no. You have to use verified funds. Your funds have to be verified. And the reason for this, at the end of the day, the lender wants to make sure that the buyer can repay the loan, that they have the ability to repay the loan. And so they do a whole income analysis to make sure they can see where that money is coming from, and that they will not be putting you in a position once you have the mortgage that you can no longer repay your debts.
Yeah.
So the concern behind using mattress money, or another term would just be if you've just got money sitting around in a shoebox somewhere.
I do not.
I wish. If you've just got shoebox money, money sitting in an envelope from your grandmother, she gives you money each year and you've been saving it, unfortunately, these are unverified funds. Yeah. And that would not be something that you can use for the down payment or your cash to close. You have to have some sort of verified income. So if you're employed by Allied Title and Escrow, for example, you would have a W-2. You would receive pay stubs. You could show ongoing evidence that you are receiving income from this verified employer that you can easily find on Google, right? Now, if you're self-employed, maybe you own your own business, and you don't have a W-2 because you pay yourself. In that case, your verified income would be your tax returns. So the lender would ask you for your 1040s, maybe your business tax returns as well, if it's that kind of business. But at the end of the day, the funds have to be verified.
What if grandma wants to give you a gift to help you buy your first home?
If someone wants to gift you the funds for your first home, that would quite literally be called a gift money. And it would be applied as such on your settlement statement. There's typically a process that goes behind that. If a borrower tells their lender, you know, my grandmother's giving me the down payment money, typically what the lender will ask is, are you expected to pay it back? Is this going to become an additional debt? Well, no, it's a gift. You know, grandma's not expecting me to pay her back. In that case, sometimes the lender will ask grandma to provide them with a gift letter saying, I am giving Kat, you know, $15,000. That would be nice.
Must be nice.
$15,000 for her down payment on the home. This does not need to be paid back. This is a gift. Signed by grandma. Boom. Okay, that's verified income. Yeah, really great question, Kat. So we're on the title side of real estate.
Yep.
Have you ever gotten any questions that were a little out there? Anything come to mind?
Well, Leah, there's no dumb questions.
Never.
Yeah. Well, first off, I had a lender friend tell me recently, because, you know, lenders do refis.
Yeah.
We love you for your refis. But he had a client say, you know, you did the refi on my house. Can you refinance my car?
Good question.
So no, he cannot.
Yeah.
And then we had someone come in here and ask us, can you do the title work on my car?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, we can't do that, right?
We can't do that.
Okay.
You're
No dumb
absolutely
questions,
right.
Leah.
No dumb questions.